All right, so here's part two. I went a completely different direction from part one, from my original mock-up. And the reason for that is because when I did my mock-up, I didn't pay enough attention that this tank, the feet on the tank are too wide to fit between the humps in the bottom of the bed here. You could straddle one of the humps, but then the rubber grommets don't catch and it could start rattling. So I didn't want to deal with any of that, and I just shoved it back in the back of the bed long ways. And then put the pump next to it, which serves another purpose, the fact that I don't have to plumb the another steel braided air line all the way through the bottom of the truck to the other side of the to the bed there. So less chance of, having an issue, I suppose. But anyways, talk about the hookup and all that. So I guess we'll just start on this side since I'm over here. On this side of the tank, I've got the outlet, which runs into the factory hole next to our tie down. Runs underneath the truck along the wheel well. Comes back up here on the factory pre-drilled hole there, and then just runs into the back of the air gauge, which I'll get to in a little bit. And of course, that's the safety valve that'll blow off if it hits too much pressure. All right, so there's the pressure regulator switch. I put it on top. You can put it anywhere, really. The only reason I put it on top is because I couldn't put it on this side, and I don't know. I wanted my relief valve over there so that I can manually drain the tank, because I will have the ace upper decker on this thing, which is going to limit my access to the bed. So I felt that was the best way to do that. And then of course the drain valve is under here for to get moisture out of the tank and all that. Compressor connects right there with that steel braided line, which it comes with, and then that line coming off is running to my actual air hose. Same thing, runs through the factory hole there, along the, well, you can't see, I've got it tucked, you can see some of it there. Runs up along the frame rail, and then it dumps out on this side where the factory hole is, and I just left a bunch of the tube spooled up here because I wanted to make sure I had excess, because I don't like the way this is mounted here. I'm going to do something different. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do different yet. And then there's the gauge. I mounted it up on the side. And that's pretty much it, I guess. Alright, so I went ahead and cranked it up. I'm doing a pressure test on the tank, make sure I don't have any leaks anywhere before I do final install, which is, hiding some of my bed lighting wiring, which is separate from the tank, but doing a little more cleanup on my wiring back there, make it look nice and pretty. So I'm going to pause this until we build up pressure. Alright, so I cut it at 75 pounds because I don't want to go all the way up and have some kind of issue and one of these lines go bursting on me. So I'm going to increment test it. Don't hear any leaks. Don't hear any obvious leaks, but there could be some little ones. Not hearing anything. Nope. Alright, I've run it up to 125 pounds. I did a leak check. I got no leaks, so we're going to go ahead and run it all the way up to 150. Alright, so as you can see, it's still on. The tank did cut off at 150, so that means the pressure switch is working. We're holding 150 pounds. There's no leaks going on, so I think I'm happy with that. One last thing I want to say about this kit is all these tubes, right? All these, I guess they're like a nylon tube. Not really a fan of that. I don't know the engineering behind it, 150 pounds of air pressure, but I don't necessarily want to trust it to a nylon / PVC tube. I think at some point I am going to swap these out for braided line. I don't know, it just seems better, seems safer, especially under the truck. I don't know. So anyways, that's the install. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do plan to do a few more things to it, like when I go to put the actual bed cover on and things like that. I'm going to take a few more videos, and I'm going to try to get details about that. I just don't really have time to go into all that wiring right now.